Alright, well, either way, we're gonna see what happens in this trial. I have no clue. I think, like, going into it, I had suspected one of Kazuichi, Sonya, or Gundam, because I feel like Akane would be too obvious. I feel like Chiaki and Nagito are just never going to be relevant in the story because they're too important. Like, I don't know if important is the right word, but they feel too, like, they're just gonna stick around. They're like key characters or something, like key items. So, of the characters that's left, I have no idea who could be the killer. Like, Fuyuhiko, I guess? Probably process of elimination, but I don't want it to be him either. Usually in these things, like, whoever's like not trying to solve the case is the killer. And Gundam, Sonya, and Kaz have all been, like, they've all been trying to figure it out. So I guess it's Fuyuhiko, but I don't see the motive. Work in progress is back. Alright, now I don't have to stall anymore. Hi again. Alright, well, let's actually play the game and figure it out. Sorry, I was stalling. Why, hello there! I thought of a new bad word to call Monami! No bad words on the stream, Monokuma. Christian stream. I can already tell I won't be pleased by this. Then let me say it right away! I'm already used to insults and slander. There's no way I'll get hurt by a mere word. Manomi is a serious stoofatly. Banned! How dare you? We don't say that word here. In fact, I don't think anybody's ever said that word in the history of ever. That's much more straightforward than I expected. Stoofatly, huh? Tisk, tisk, tisk. That's not it. That's not it at all. Stupid, fat, ugly. The perfect jet stream attack incorporating all three of these would be... Ta-da! Stoofatly! There's a fat in there! Ooh.
Okay, everyone, all together now. Monami is a serious stoofatly.
I can only think of... Oh, was my microphone peaking there? That doesn't seem right. Oh, thanks Monokuma for saying that for me. Monokuma's a serious stoofatly. That's right. Anything you say comes back to you and sticks to you and bounces off of... However that goes. It's been a while since I've had to say that. Let me know if the audio ever goes weird or anything like that. According to my OBS, it might have peaked. I don't know why. I haven't changed any settings.
Hello. I hope your day is well. I'm trying to force myself to be more energetic, or else my mental state won't be able to keep up.
That's good to hear, Manomi. At least someone's trying to keep positive through all this. At this point, though, it's more denial than pep. How many people have died? Like, everybody? There he goes again. The mic is peaking. Work in progress like those happy hearts. Well, yeah, that's Manomi for you. Always bringing on the cheer. You hope it's not Fuyuhiko. You like him. His voice is cool. Yeah. He's like the baby gangster. He's the tiny big boss. He can't die. He's been through a lot, and there's like no reason for him to kill. I think.
My heart's thumping like crazy.
I really hope it's not, but I can't think of anybody else.
I might as well have a laid-back, so what attitude and go ahead with high energy.
Go, Manomi. Cheer us on.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw! Here we go. We're southern again.
But be careful that your batteries don't run out for various reasons.
So remember to save often. Yeehaw!
And just like I say each time, don't forget to save frequently.
What could that mean? If there's a meaning to this, I don't know what. I'll need to fit. I want to see there be like a huge meta reason for her to keep saying you save frequently, because I've exhausted every single save slot and rotated back over. I don't think I can save any less frequently. Sylvian wants a Manomi plush. Yeah, I could go along with my Monokuma plush. Maybe bring some hope to this despair.
I never expected the funhouse itself to be the ultimate weapon.
Wait, was that what we figured out at the end of the last one? Is it? I mean, the structure, but I guess the elevator, you could say that's the funhouse itself. Also, forgive me if I'm trying to get back into it. I haven't streamed for an entire day, so I feel like I've forgotten how to again. Work in Progress says you didn't want it to be the last murderer, and it was. You hope this doesn't become a thing. Yeah, the last time was a different case. Last time, I'm just angry at Monokuma for changing a person entirely. At that point, I'd say it's still Monokuma's fault that somebody died. He's just trying to find any reason to stretch the rules.
Oh well, let's just press on ahead.
Huh?
Is it really alright to accept a situation so easily?
That was a bit out of character for Chiaki. I thought she was all like, I can't forgive this! What's going on here?
I mean, that's not what's important. The thing that's really important is...
She's so logical. Kinda hot. But also, it's kinda scary.
the killer who used the building structure. Like, who's Mekumaru's murderer?
But is it really okay to believe the building is the weapon? Nagito said it, you know.
I mean, that is reason to doubt it, but I can't think of any other way.
There's no way I'd lie at such an important moment. I don't want to die either.
That's a lie. You wanted to die from like the moment you entered this place. Wait. But now that he doesn't think of us as higher than him, now that he realizes he isn't ultimate, I guess that's why he's okay with it? Okay with dying?
What happened to the bastard who kept saying how much they didn't mind dying?
He's right. There was a time when
Okay, with not dying, I mean.
become a stepping stone for your hopes, but
Now I realize I'm even better than you guys, so you can all suck it.
I will sincerely retract that remark.
Ooh. I don't like this new Nagito. Give me Nagito Classic.
Retract?
I'm disappointed too, you know. If this was a murder for the sake of hope, I'd happily sacrifice myself.
You say such falsehoods, per usual. There is no such thing as murder for the sake of hope. Murder is simply murder.
It's true. It's true. It's what we should have... It's our... Okay, what Gundam is saying is what we thought this whole time. I don't know what exactly gave Nagito a change of heart.
Forcibly sacrificing others for one's own desires. Even one as diabolical as I would avoid such actions.
So you're saying that you didn't do it.
I see.
It's fine. Let's just
I
leave him
see.
alone and find out who killed Coach Nekomaru as fast as we can.
Akane, you don't... The way you said that doesn't sound vengeful. It sounds more like you want somebody to get blamed so that we can get this trial over with. Usually when that happens, I don't know. I feel like in these games, usually what happens when somebody wants to hurry the trial up, that's because they want us to come to the wrong conclusion as fast as possible.
Just so you know, it's not like I'm getting hungry or anything, you know.
Oh, never mind, that's why.
Akane! You were drooling waterfalls?
Waterfalls. She's that hungry. Nagito, as usual, I can't tell what he's thinking. I have no idea if he's serious or not.
Anyway, if the killer used the building structure, why don't we think about how they used it?
How they killed Nekomaru.
It might be better if we clarify the cause of death first, don't you think?
So what we know is the wire was tied around his leg, if I remember correctly, and we can assume it was tied to the doorknob. So how does that kill him, per se? He was horribly damaged, as if he was beaten senseless with a blunt object. But if he was beaten with a blunt object, it wouldn't be a kill that utilized the building's structure. Unless he was beaten into something else. So what was Nekomaru's cause of death that also utilized the building structure? Falling? Crushed by the elevator? But what do you mean crushed? No. Nekomaru's actual cause of death was being crushed by the elevator. How? You know what? I should have thought of that before I picked it. He was crushed by the elevator? That sounds quite painful. So where and how was he crushed? Sorry, looks like I misunderstood. Looks like I misunderstood what he meant by that. Not the robot man! No! Sorry, robot's dead. Sorry, Hammy. Welcome back to the stream, by the way. Nekomaru's cause of death, huh? What is it? He was beaten by a blunt object or rattled around. So what could it mean? His battery didn't die. I guess falling?
I see.
Oh. Okay.
That's it. I think he might have died from falling.
Huh.
Died from falling?
If the funhouse's secret is that it's a structure where both towers and houses are vertically connected.
That means that a fall from the maximum height would be 6 entire stories.
Then the killer made use of its height and caused Nekomaru to die from falling.
Are you saying they pushed him off? Where'd they push him off from?
Maybe not pushed him off, but
That I don't know yet.
suspended?
Don't just
I'm
make
confused.
things up when you don't know the method.
Hey, it works for Phoenix Wright, okay?
Where in that building would you even be able to push someone off in the first place?
The top floor.
It might be possible in the tower. You could push him off the 4th floor when the elevator is on the 1st floor.
Yeah.
Did you forget how the elevator functions? When it's on the 1st floor, the door on the 4th floor won't open.
Well, what if you were already in there?
Saying he died from falling is truly incorrect. You should burn in the flames of hell.
Okay, no, wait here, Gundam. Since we know that Nekomaru in sleep mode doesn't count as a living object, since we established that before, I think Akane's right. Okay, that makes me even more confused because now that Akane is contributing to the investigation here, I'm out of options for who could have done it. Unless it's Chiaki? Or Nagito? This doesn't make any sense, guys. Nekomaru 222 fell from a high place. Well, screw you too, Gundam.
But my gut is going
You go to
crazy
hell.
right now.
Not relevant. If Nekomaru died from falling, where did the killer shove Nekomaru from? If I'm gonna reach the truth behind this incident, I need to solve that mystery next. I miss the old Minecraft death sounds. Doesn't he sound like a child now? Like, oh. Like what happened to the big meaty like? Ooh. Wait, that's Roblox.
When the elevator is on the 1st floor,
Huh?
you can't go through the door on the 4th floor.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
It's not impossible.
How about this? After locking Nekomaru inside the elevator,
Locking.
they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
Hold on. Did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long
I
as
wanna
there's
know
a
where-
moving object inside.
I want to know where Chiaki got the idea
other
that he was
door won't
locked
open.
in. I
Which
mean,
means
I
the
came to that
elevator
conclusion
wouldn't
as
move
well,
either.
but
That must be the threshold of that elevator.
I was thinking that in my head the whole time, but we never established that yet. Either she's a step ahead, or she knows something we don't. Maybe he did have a dead battery, and that was it. That wouldn't kill him, though. Or maybe it would. Huh. There aren't any death sounds in Minecraft anymore? Just the sounds of bones cracking. Lame. Give me back the old sounds. I want my... I need to make it clear so they understand what Nekomaru felt to his death. Looks like it's all up to me.
When the
How do we
elevator
know?
is on the 1st floor,
Alright, well... Let's see what we have. We have multiple accounts. Akane heard a rumbling noise at 5:30. Fuyuhiko said Nekomaru walked towards the 1st floor Strawberry House. Strawberry House being the house on top. Contact elevator was broken. I don't think that's important.
you can't go through the door on the 4th floor.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Then,
Huh?
how about this? After locking Nekomaru inside the elevator, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st
They moved the
floor.
elevator. They moved the elevator from the first floor to the first floor.
And made use of the drop.
Got it. So they
Hold
called
on,
the elevator
did you forget
down.
The elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving object inside, the other door won't open.
Oh, wait. I didn't pay
Which means
attention
the
to what was
elevator
going on
wouldn't
here.
have moved either.
I already know what to do here.
Threshold of that elevator.
Okay, so I wasn't sure what the... Please feel free to tell me if something goes weird with the microphone. It's acting weird today. I didn't actually test how it sounded, but I haven't changed anything. Let me see if I can lower that a bit. I don't know, it just seems weird to me. I already realized that the point of contention here is that he's not a moving object when he's in sleep mode. He didn't have a dead battery because we knew that his alarm went off. So, yes, that would stop him from moving, but we know he has a sleep mode as well. It's been sounding okay. I'm just trying to be careful. All right, let's. Sorry, everybody. I just get really anal about this stuff. Where's the goodnight button? There you go.
Impossible to shove up.
Then, after locking they moved
Okay,
the elevator
okay.
and made use of the...
Hold on. As long as there's a moving object inside.
No, that's wrong.
No moving objects here. Sweet.
That sensor should only work if something is moving. If Nekomaru wasn't moving inside, the elevator sensor wouldn't have detected anything.
True.
Could it be his sleep mode?
Yes. You mean you can't bring that up and then expect it to never get used. Honestly.
When Nekomaru's goodnight button is pressed, all of his functions shut down, and he enters sleep mode.
And most importantly, his mechanical heart stops working.
If he's in sleep mode, the elevator sensor wouldn't have noticed him, right?
True.
I see. So that's how...
Oh.
However, even if they moved the elevator in that manner, Nekomaru would have just moved along with it.
Alright, it's finally all come together. I understand now. Because he was tied with a wire to that doorknob, he was suspended from the 4th floor, and it wasn't until the weight of himself, his own body, caused the doorknob to snap off that he fall down.
There would have been no drop for him to fall and die from. Yes.
That's wrong.
That's what I was about to explain, before Kazuichi interrupted me. Silence, pest!
Wait, what?
Now you're calling me a pest?
Kaz! Sonia, why are you so mean? He just wants... At least let him down gently. This is not how you shape the formative years of a high school guy's life. He's just gonna be heartbroken forever. I can't let that happen. I've been there. A way to create the drop inside the elevator while Nekomaru is still in it. Chiaki seems to have an idea, but what way could that be? I say the wire or the broken doorknob. Both of those together in perfect harmony.
If you arrange it a certain way,
A certain
you can
arrangement?
cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
Do not interfere, that's not it.
That arrangement is... The hammer is suspicious.
Let her talk. Thinking
Isn't
time.
it about time we went over the pillar again?
Eh?
What about the oil on the floor?
No. Everyone's just saying random things now.
Doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
Yeah. Yeah, it
How about we
does.
all shut up and listen to what Chiaki has to say?
Yeah, cause.
Silence, pest!
Holy.
Don't be so cold.
This
But
is
I start to enjoy it.
What? I have awoken. Oh my god. I feel like no. Sonia, what have you done? You've awakened something in Kazuichi. something primal. Banned. Alright, I was gonna say that this has gone beyond anime levels of comedy. I'll say about broken hearts and love lives. And yet it came back around. Alright, sure. Enjoy it. If you are the killer, then it won't matter. If you're not, then at least you'll be happy? I guess? Nekomaru's in the elevator. How do you create a difference?
You can cause the drum.
So
I want to say wire.
The hammer is suspicious. Isn't it about time?
What about the oil on the...
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
I agree with that.
There you go. Consent. We've never consented with Fuyuhiko. Not yet.
Didn't the doorknob have scrape marks on it?
Yes, it did.
That might have been where it got scraped by the wire.
Yeah. So what I said is coming true. I'm just confused as to why Fuyuhiko suggested it. So he's helping too, huh?
Is that the same wire that was tied around Nekomaru?
The tip of that wire was tied into a loop.
There you go, Fuyuhiko. Now you're giving me less reason to doubt you. That's good.
If the elevator moved while that loop part hung from the doorknob...
If they did something like that, he would have been suspended in midair.
Ugh.
That's right. He was suspended in midair.
Huh?
Suspended in midair?
The killer tied up Nekomaru with the wire while he was in sleep mode. Tied the tip of the wire into a knot and hung it on the doorknob to the fourth floor.
Oh, and now I understand the relevance of his alarm clock. When his alarm woke up, it would the alarm would vibrate him enough that he would just shimmy off of the doorknob and fall.
With that, they moved the elevator from the fourth floor to the first floor of Grape Tower.
And how do you do that? Call it on Grape Tower side?
And suspended
Oh, shit.
Nekomaru in midair.
Uh-oh.
That's right. He was so well hung.
I'm sorry, what?
Kinda like.
Monokuma, shut up!
You better not finish that sentence.
Yeah, this is PG-13. Keep it clean.
The killer took advantage of the elevator's unique feature. Only the floor moves. By doing
Right.
that, they created a drop so Nekomaru could fall to his death.
Haunted Mansion style. Oh, now I'm getting nightmares of what would happen if a kid, like, climbed up to the part of the Haunted Mansion ride that like, has the picture frames on it. That would be a drop. Please don't do that. Monokuma, how dare you?
Too easy.
Ah,
So what if they created a drop? There's no way you can make him fall and die with just that.
you thought he was gonna make an Ibuki joke. Oh, well hung. You got me there. Poor taste too soon, I'm saying. Too easy. No sweat. Easy piece of cake.
Why?
Kaz, please don't argue.
If Nekomaru is suspended in midair like that, then how do you get him to fall?
Actually, since this is one of those sword duels and not the actual beat time drop, whatever Dance Revolutions, I'm pretty certain that you're not the killer.
Because if he's suspended in midair, he won't die if he doesn't actually fall.
True, so that's where the alarm comes into play, I think. Doesn't the elevator go around the building? Oh, that's the other elevator. This is the tower elevator. You're thinking of the contact elevator that goes around the side. Alright. Broken doorknob. It's over pillar.
Even if
this
they
one.
suspended Nekomaru from a... How would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him off. There's no way they could do that.
There's ways I can make you talk.
Doesn't mean someone had to push him off. It's possible that he fell on his own.
It's true.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own?
Yes, he did.
Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right?
Not with the
If he
alarm.
was sleeping, there's no way he could do that. Now's the time if you want to take... But in that case, you still won't be able to explain the drop. Moving the elevator with Nekomaru inside is just impossible. End of story.
No, it's not. Hold on. Thanks to Kazuichi, I think I figured out how the killer dropped Nekomaru. Alright, if I use that evidence, I should be able to break through Kazuichi's remarks too.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own?
Yeah, clock's alarm
Nekomaru should have
timer.
still been in sleep mode, right?
Not at the moment.
Allow me to cut through those words.
Not at the time. There we go. I figured it
What do you
out.
think would happen if Nekomaru
I'm
woke
smart.
up while he was suspended upside down in midair?
He'd shimmy, he'd struggle.
What are you saying? Like, how would he even wake up?
Unless Kazuichi tied him up there and didn't realize he was gonna wake up? Maybe it was an accident.
He has an alarm inside his body. As long as it was on, it would have deactivated his sleep mode.
Uh-oh.
Which means the killer set the alarm before they suspended Nekomaru.
Wait, the killer can set the alarm?
If you woke up from an alarm and realized you were hanging upside down and had no clue why, if something like that happened to you, you would start panicking a lot, right?
Uh-oh.
Instinctively, your body would start moving. Nekomaru probably did exactly that.
Well, I mean, I don't know if his body still has instincts, but let's go with that.
And then, in order to make him fall from the force he was generating, the wire was hung on the tip of the doorknob so it would easily slip off.
Cunning.
In actuality, the scrape marks caused by the wire were near the tip of the doorknob, right?
Those look like the middle to me, but
But Nekomaru didn't fall because the wire came off, right?
didn't he?
He fell because the entire doorknob came off.
When Nekomaru awoke, he must have struggled much more than expected, which caused the doorknob to break off.
So maybe somebody did this by accident? Maybe they only meant for him to get rattled. Maybe they thought he would survive.
Was that unexpected for the killer too?
Well, that's probably it. If they knew it'd leave behind evidence like that, they would have at least tried to do something to cover it up.
That's strange. Nobody here. I feel like nobody here is acting weird. There's usually somebody you can pick up on. In the first trial, I noticed that Teru kept trying to refute everything that pointed to him possibly being the murderer. In the second trial, well, Pekka was acting strange because she wanted to get convicted. And in the third trial, Mikan was just acting strange the whole time. Everybody here is trying to contribute. Everybody here is trying to help figure out what happened. So, I'm led to believe that this maybe was an accident. Or a suicide? Let's see where it goes. Pekka and Fuyuhiko kept defending each other, and both blaming Hiyoko. Right. That was an interesting dynamic right there. It's not just killer denies it. So, I think by having a trial that's not just killer denies everything that happens, I think that's where Danganronpa succeeds. And right now, that is happening. So I'm zero clue who's the killer right now. The killer didn't expect the doorknob to come off. The reason that even happened was because... In that case, I shall use my full power! With a fierce roar, Nekomaru put all his power into grabbing the doorknob with both hands. But... Not yet. Here it comes, the incredible strength of 1 million horsepower! Wait, isn't it creaking? If you break off the doorknob, we'll be stuck in here! So, he's tried it already. He weakened it. That's what happened back then. If that's really what it was, then that's the clue Nekomaru left us for us to find.
I see. So that's how Nekomaru fell to his death.
Do you finally understand now?
Yeah. It appears it's just as Miss Sonia said. I'm just a pest. No, I'm not just a pest. I'm a total fucking pig.
Oh? Did you just realize something?
Isn't that right, Miss Sonia?
Ah!
If I'm a fucking pig, you can say so.
Band! The spirit of Teru has invaded his body. What's going on? This is Smash Spirits mode. He's possessed. Please. It's a good thing you're wearing a jumpsuit, or else I'm not sure what could contain your excitement. I thought you were gonna say like, jeez. I thought you were gonna be like, then I guess I really did kill him. Sorry guys, it was an accident, but I'm responsible. And we were gonna go into this heartfelt speech. It was even playing like the sad music. Squeeze my hog. Isn't that right, Miss Sonia? I'm a hog. Squeeze me. I thought he just realized he killed him. I guess not. Oh.
No, I believe you gave your all.
Hey, why aren't you teasing me anymore?
Why she's even denying him the teasing.
This guy, he gets off on this.
Sonya just realized it. She just wants to deny him any pleasure, doesn't she?
So thanks to that alarm, Nekomaru ended up falling while he was still hanging upside down. That doesn't mean he just crashed straight into the floor. Of course, you know that too, right?
You love that the actual VA said that line. Hey, Danganronpa series does not fool around. This is partly why I played these games in English, because people have to read these insane anime situations. He didn't crash into the floor. That means he crashed into the pillar. That's why it has blood on it. That's something that confused me to begin with. The pillar that fell over has blood on the edge of it, not on anything like the middle or the base near where Nekomaru's head was. So the only way that makes sense is if his head crashed into the pillar and not the other way around. You mean Snake Squeeze Your Hawk? Yeah, David Hayter, that too. He's cool. Games with Japanese voices are boring to you. Well, what if you know Japanese? Like Viviana, who is not here today. I do want to learn it. I mean, I told myself I'd learn it in college. I got as far as learning katakana and hiragana, and that's about it. It helped me get through Japan last year. So that helped. I actually knew how to navigate without too much trouble. The moment Nekomaru fell to the floor, the only thing I can think of that happened to him was cola came out of his eyes. The moment Nekomaru hit the floor, cola came out of his eyes. That's what happened, right? No? Cola? Wasn't it rooibos tea? Wait, who friggin' cares? That's totally not it anyway. Ugh. Sorry. Japanese voice actors seems to get into their roles a lot more, at least from what you've seen, but you also don't know Japanese. Sometimes, I mean, that tends to be the case, but also sometimes I've heard of cases where they overact, and it's hard to tell because, again, you don't know Japanese. If you want a good example of somebody overacting, there's a clip from one of the old Spider-Man cartoons where like Spider-Man possessed by Venom is like, "Come here, I wanted you to get away." Insane. How about don't be that angry? I'm assuming there's something like that in Japanese, but I've just never thought to encounter it.
Crap!
For Akane to react so strongly, looks like that was a very wrong answer. The moment Nekomaru fell to the floor, collided with the pillar.
I see!
When Nekomaru fell to the floor, he ended up colliding with the pillar. Isn't that it?
Sounds about right.
Finally, the pillar!
Yes! Finally, Akane is vindicated. She has a reason to bring up the pillar. She was right in the first place. She just didn't know how. Have I ever heard the German dub of the SpongeBob chocolate guy? The chocolate guy? Oh, I want to hear that. That sounds amazing. Chocolate! No, that's Russian, isn't it? Akane's smart.
So that's how the pillar shattered, and why oil was spilled all over the place.
Now it all comes together.
See, I told you the pillar was the weapon. My gut was totally right.
You guys, we trust Akane's gut.
Well, the pillar was a bonus. It's not even clear if the killer intended that, or if it was just a coincidence.
Or if there even was a intentional killing in the first place.
At this point, it is quite difficult to find a clue that will lead to the killer.
Especially because everybody is actually trying here.
Then what about the alarm? I'm positive the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m. And if we map it out from there...
You seem a bit suspicious, though, in how excited you are for trying to figure this out, because this whole time you were not... Up until now, Fuyuhiko has not been totally relevant in this discussion. So why now?
Hold on, baby gangsta.
Baby gangsta! Hold on. Let me find that. Yeah.
Stop calling me baby gangsta!
It's without the R, too.
What'd you just say? Did you say the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.?
Yes, I thought we knew this. Are you gonna have a sword battle in your own? He's the boss, baby. He is positive the time was set. Yeah. The fact of how certain he was is suspicious. But I think this is information we knew already. Unless... maybe he's not supposed to know that? No, he was there when Kazuichi opened him up.
You didn't check it yourself? Nekomaru's alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nah, that's impossible.
How's it impossible? What do I think that he knows that he shouldn't know? He expected it to go at 7:30. Well, yeah, this is something that's been said already. It's been said in this trial. Or it was said right before the trial. Unless he wasn't there to hear that, but I think he was. Shouldn't we have all been in there by 7:30 a.m.? I don't... Well... So the alarm didn't go off yet. Is that the problem? This all falls apart if the time was ever tampered with, but I guess it wasn't. He died at 7:30. Shouldn't everybody be there for the aerobics? Yes. There was a lot of confusion about that. We were trying to get in there right before 7. But somehow he was dead with an alarm set to 7:30. So, in my head I'd said before that either it means that we're getting AMs and PMs confused, which would explain why nobody was in there for the aerobics already. Or something else.
Because even though I slept in a little, I still got to the tower at 7 in the morning.
Right.
Now that you mention it, so did I. There was no way I could be late for Monokuma Tai Chi, so I left for Grape Tower before 7 a.m.
And if we found Nekomaru's body there, it would have been before the 7:30 a.m. alarm went off.
Guys, I forget. Did the boys who were stuck in Strawberry Tower make a big stink about how they couldn't go to aerobics because the Strawberry Tower was locked off?
It appears yet another contradiction has been birthed.
I know they've said that they couldn't get over the Grape Tower, but I don't remember them ever like making a big deal out of not going to aerobics.
How were you able to discover Nekomaru died at 7:30 a.m. when you went to the tower at 7?
That's what I want to know.
There's something weird with the time here. What explains it? Another mystery I don't understand? Seriously, it's just one after another. But I can't choke up at a time like this. Just a little more and I'll be able to reach the truth. There should definitely be a clue to breaking through this contradiction. Just gotta jam out to this sick beat first. Huh?
We headed for Grape Tower.
Yeah?
Before 7 a.m., I am certain.
There's no mistake. That's impossible.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest
Set for
was
7:30.
set for 7:30 a.m.
What's going on?
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
The killer probably did
Maybe?
some tampering.
But we know the clocks
Probably
weren't
messed
tampered
with
with.
the clock inside Nekomaru's chest.
That's impossible. It's a radio clock. What? Sorry, what? The alarm that caused Nekomaru's death rang at 7:30 a.m., but we discovered the body before 7 a.m. I need to crush one possibility at a time if I'm going to break through this contradiction.
We headed for Grape Tower. Before 7
Sylvian kind of missed the Danganronpa 1 music.
But the alarm inside
This
Nekomaru's
song in
chest
particular is pretty much the same.
was set for 7:30 a.m.
I do miss the
Nekomaru died
investigation
because of
theme,
that alarm,
but that's
right?
irrelevant right now.
His time of death and the time the body was
Radio
discovered.
clock, somebody fucking with it? I'll if I
One of
know.
those must be an illusion.
Well, we know it's for certain this is impossible.
They probably messed with the clock inside
Knuckle.
No, that's wrong.
Impossible. Where will this contradiction lead us, though?
No, the clock inside his chest
Strange.
was a radio clock, so it would have been impossible to mess with.
Right?
So you're saying there's no way the killer could have tampered with the clock?
Nah.
Maybe the clock Miss Sonia saw was the one that got tampered with.
The clock inside Grape House?
Yes, but how could all of us have... No, yeah. If the clock inside Grape House was wrong, how would all of us... I guess if we have no sense of the passage of time, we'd all be fooled. Ugh. Wrong one. I think this song is actually different. I think the song that was playing earlier was in Danganronpa 1 as a different trial song? I don't even remember anymore. This is all blurring together. Good music though, they're all good. When you're that hungry, time is rough to comprehend. I guess it is true. We're all fooled then. The clock inside Grape
No,
House.
I checked all the clocks inside the funhouse.
Right.
Oh, that's what I asked you to do. So you really listened to me and checked all the clocks.
Right.
And because of that, I can confidently declare that all the clocks had the same time displayed.
But were they all wrong from Nekomaru?
If there's no possibility that the time was tampered with, then we must doubt that human's testimony.
Eh?
Please believe me, we are not lying.
Then maybe it's a misunderstanding?
Backing down so easily, Gundam.
I never misunderstand. I'll crush you into dog food.
This time-related contradiction? I don't think I should doubt the testimonies. You ship it. It's a very sad ship. But, you know, so is the Titanic. I should doubt the clock. There's no mistake that something was done, but... what was it? Perhaps we overlooked something. Maybe we're misunderstanding something. Think. If I focus and think, I should be able to find the answer to that mystery. Is it time to break out the bonus music again? Oh. Got it! Oh, it's loud. Oh, it's loud. I need to change it. I can't. I'm playing it. Oh, this is terrible. Ah! It's so loud. If I can change it, like, really fast. Nope, I fell. Well, now it's too quiet. Huh. Huh. Go, Hajime, go. Go, Polygon rendered Hajime. What did Hajime and the others misunderstand? Who the killer is, where the murder happened, the time in the building. Where the murder happened? Maybe? No! It was the time in the building. It can only be then. It can only be AM PM, maybe? Come on, let's go. Ooh, it's getting harder. The skill is required of me. Do I just like, yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. Had the Sonic rail swap. Didn't know I was playing Sonic 06. Oh, this is fun actually. This is better than Sonic 06. Which clock was tampered with? The buildings, both. I want to say both. I mean, there's no way I can run out of time at this rate. There's always plenty. But how? No! Hajime's Pro Skater. I hit the wrong one. If I could have just transferred there, that would be amazing. Here we go. Do we have any evidence besides that has to do with the time that isn't 7:30? I'd have to check. Wait. See, what they did here is they realized that Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 is the highest rated game of all time. So they tried to take lessons from that. Just when does it play Superman by Goldfinger? Which house at the wrong time? Both houses, because they were the same. Did somebody really do that? Just go and change all the clocks? That means I can only suspect Fuyuhiko. This is bad.
It's all coming together. You said you checked all the clocks inside the building. Isn't that right, Fuyuhiko?
Schokolade! 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 Schokolade!
Huh. Yes, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 is the highest rated game of all time. Up there with Zelda Ocarina of Time. Those two, the highest scores on Metacritic. And I feel like in this day and age, the only reason they're so high is because there's no way people can add to those scores anymore. Because those games get so much hate nowadays. Well, actually, not Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. People love Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. But it's like, it's becomes cool to hate on Zelda Ocarina of Time. So, like, there's no way that would stand.
Yeah, none of the clocks had the wrong time.
But what if all those clocks have been messed with?
Then Fuyuhiko's looking mighty suspicious, and that's sad.
What? All the clocks?
So even if you checked all the clocks inside the building, there's no way you'd have noticed it.
You were surprised about that? Are you genuinely surprised, or are you just faking it? I'm confused now.
Chocolate! Chocolate! Chocolate!
Nah, that's not overacting. That's exactly in line with the original cartoon.
I see. So the killer messed with the time inside the whole building by changing all the clocks.
So that's what it was. There's no way I would have noticed that.
Sure there isn't.
This is truly fantastic!
Now's not the time to be pleased. More importantly, how much was the time off?
2 hours, maybe? She's right, that's the main problem. I need to clarify by how much time that was off after the killer messed with the clocks. That's definitely the next mystery. I'm gonna reach the truth in one go. Anime protagonist screaming chocolate. Alright, somebody make that edit. Say like Luffy screaming for chocolate or something. Why 2 hours? That seems very specific.
If the building was all messed up, then we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio clock.
The time of death. It's clearly 7:30 a.m.
There's no mistake, but what if there's something that says
What
it's
time
not?
would 7:30 be? In our time.
Our time.
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that down?
I can only think of
If only I
5:30.
heard the sound when you fell.
Oh wait,
It would have been a great clue.
somebody did.
Or his scream.
No,
He's not the type to let out a scream.
might have helped though.
Nekomaru's alarm was loud enough. We would have heard it too.
There's no point
Maybe
in
not.
saying that. If does not exist in this world.
There is no try. Do or do not. By how much did the killer adjust the time inside the building? How would I even figure that out?
If
We
the
have an
time in the
account.
building was-
And it's Akane's account. Yeah, rumbling noise. It's something.
Then we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio
It's not a
clock.
thud.
The time of death. It's
Yeah.
clearly 7:30 a.m.
The problem is in our time.
Are there any clues that...
If only I heard the sound when you fell.
I agree.
All
with
right,
that.
we're narrowing it down. Also, consent with Sonia. Nice.
That's right. We should have heard the sound he made when he fell. Wasn't it that rumbling noise?
So why is it 2 hours? I can... Just 5:30 is the only other time we've heard. So, I'm putting 2 and 2 together, even though they don't exactly fit.
Rumbling?
Rumbling in my tumbling.
I thought it was just an earthquake, so I went back to sleep. Was that the sound from when Nekomaru fell?
No, it was just your stomach growling, Akane.
Well, a huge body fell from the 4th floor to the 1st, and the pillar fell with it. It's
Ah.
obvious we'd hear the impact sound.
We heard that noise too.
It was when we were gathered at the Strawberry House Lounge.
Oh.
What is it, Sonia?
Oh, well. That sound everyone heard? I did not hear it at all.
So are you denying it, or did you really not?
Huh?
You probably didn't hear it because you were sleeping.
I could not sleep at all. I was awake the whole night with hunger pangs.
Gundam showing his care. It's a good thing Kazuichi didn't pick up on that, or else we get into a whole nother argument. He's shipping it. You're shipping it. I'm sorry, but the shipping fee is gonna be $39.99. We only have FedEx.
There's nothing to worry about. What's important is that rumbling noise anyway.
If we use that rumbling sound as a reference, we might be able to figure out how much our time was off.
Hey, don't come to me about how expensive it is. It's almost Christmas time. Shipping's expensive. What do you expect?
I heard that sound probably around 5:30 in the morning.
Huh? You can tell?
I instantly woke up and left my room. And that's when I saw the clock in the lounge.
Yeah, but the clock was wrong, wasn't it?
Excellent work, Akane!
If the rumbling sound we heard was at 5:30 a.m., it's like the answer to how much time was off is literally right in front of me.
I see!
I see! Ich!
Nekomaru's alarm went off at 7:30. And if we heard the sound of his impact at 5:30,
It really was 7:30.
that means our time was off by 2 hours.
So we were late to Tai Chi.
2 hours? That much?
We were starving pretty badly. There's no way we would have noticed.
Plus, the funhouse has no windows. And there weren't any Monokuma announcements either.
Yeah, look at that. Like, every single person is chiming in on this.
However, for what reason did the killer alter our perception of time?
Is there a killer?
The reason is obvious. So they can lure out just Nekomaru.
Lure out only Nekomaru.
If you messed with the clocks and used a specific thing, you definitely get Nekomaru to the tower alone, right?
Yeah.
From there, the killer's plan was a splendid success. That's all it means.
Besides messing with the time, the killer also used a specific thing? If they were trying to lure out only Nekomaru, then that specific thing is... massage time! Monokuma Tai Chi. Monokuma Tai Chi? But he was late for that.
I see!
Really?
That's it. The killer made use of the Monokuma Tai Chi activity in the morning.
How did they use it?
So that was a motive too?
We were required to go to Great Tower every morning at 7 a.m. for that activity, right?
And he would be the only one there.
But if they mess with all the clocks inside the building, what would that do to us?
We wouldn't be able to attend on time, but that wouldn't affect Nekomaru.
Ah, damn it! I should have seen this coming.
His radio clock had the exact time.
That's right. In doing so, the killer was able to lure him to the tower by himself at the precise time.
But who is the killer, though? That's what I still don't understand. Nobody has been implicated here. Nobody's denying anything that's being said.
And when I witnessed Nekomaru early in the morning,
It was actually 7:30 already. But that doesn't line up either. Isn't that exactly when he died? No, it was around 5 that he said. That means around 7 for Nekomaru.
If I recall, you witnessed Nekomaru around 5 a.m. And if that time was also 2 hours off, it should have been 7 a.m. Yeah, that's pretty much it. At that time, he was heading over to Monokuma Tai Chi, right on schedule.
And nobody thought to ask. If somebody had just talked to him and asked where he was going, we'd know that the clocks were messed with.
I see. Now that I think about it, I realize what Monokuma meant when he said those words.
Oh.
Too early. He didn't even ask you yet.
Jeez, how outrageous! I honestly didn't expect everyone to ditch Monokuma Tai Chi. That doesn't make sense, then why was Nekomaru there? But it turned out like this after all, so I guess it can't be helped.
When you said everyone, you were including us, right?
The sight of Monokuma induces rage.
We thought we came to the tower on time, but in truth, it was way past the meeting time.
Ah, jeez. That's, well, how should I put it? What Was it, tripping over a foot or something like that?
Are you talking about tripping over someone else's fault?
Never heard of that.
Wrong! Too bad.
Liar! I'm right!
That's not it. It's incorrect.
Doesn't matter. Shut up. We need to figure out why this even happened.
That's definitely the correct answer. You always get so stubborn like this.
Acting like they're siblings already.
Let's just ignore the peanut gallery.
Peanut
Now
gallery.
That we found out how the killer lured Nekomaru,
Then we need to see who it was?
the number of suspects has drastically decreased.
Yeah, to like 0. What's going on here? Huh?
Hey, why would that decrease the number of suspects? Don't be a friggin' liar.
You'll know I'm not lying when you listen to what Fuyuhiko's going to say next.
Why Fuyuhiko?
Huh? What the hell do you mean?
There's something he knows that we don't.
You witnessed Nekomaru going toward the tower. Did something else happen after that?
Did it?
Are you talking about that alarm?
Right. The alarm in Strawberry House, which would call everybody to it, but for what purpose? Give everyone an alibi?
Alarm?
A little while after I witnessed Nekomaru, the clock in the Strawberry House lounge started going off. Plus, it was just before that rumbling sound occurred. That's it. So that's what it is.
So it was meant to hide it. Meant to hide the rumbling sound.
If Nekomaru died when the rumble happened, then whoever doesn't have an alibi at the time is the prime suspect.
Or no, because they did hear the rumble. It was to create an alibi, but it was actually false. So it was somebody from Strawberry House.
Really? Was there anyone who didn't have an alibi at that time?
I remember now. The sound was so loud I couldn't help bolting from my room. But there was one guy who never left the lounge.
It was Monokuma. Oh god, I don't like this. Does he have? Oh, he's got like a wristwatch. Oh my god, what have you found? What have you found, Hammy? Although, I guess this is what they see. This is what it looks like to all the Danganronpa people. Oh my. It's just that over here. Now it's watching. It must be from the live-action Sonic movie. You know, Monokuma makes a cameo. It's cursed. Yeah, it's real. It's real. This is how they see him.
We were both on the same floor. It's pretty weird that bastard never came out of his guest room.
Which means that person does not have an alibi for when Nekomaru fell?
Who is it? Who's the bastard?
Excellent question. It's whoever doesn't have an alibi for that time, right? Me? Oh, we're picking already. Somebody who wasn't there. But I can't specifically think of anyone. It was Byakuya. I can't even go back to my evidence. Like, everybody in the Strawberry House was at the alarm. So, somebody at Grape House then? But me, no. Sonia didn't hear it, but why? I'm gonna take a blind guess. Because Sonia specifically didn't hear it.
Crap!
No. Wait, hold on. Is this person really the right one? I should think it over one more time. Hammy's discovering the glory of Beta Monokuma. Yeah, we went over that a couple episodes ago. Horrifying. But what? I was at the lounge before the clock started ringing. I also saw Nekomaru head downstairs before that happened. And after the clock started ringing at the lounge, the others came over. And I was with them even during the rumbling noise we heard when Nekomaru fell. Why are you making me explain that again? After all this time, you doubt my alibi now? You're right. He's not the one who doesn't have an alibi. So, I'm confused about what it's asking me. So it's someone from Grape House. Huh. It's true that I don't have an alibi, but I'm too important to the story and also the main character's love interest, so probably not. Based on what happened, there's someone else who definitely doesn't have an alibi. In fact, everyone at Strawberry House seems to know who it is.
Crap!
You're right. She's not the one I should be accusing right now. Nekomaru himself? It's not a suicide, is it?
Crap!
No. I did not. I did not. I'm not thinking this through. Okay, it's not Akane. When I heard that rumbling noise, I jumped out of bed and ran to the lounge. In fact, you guys are the ones who don't have alibis. It's me! I'm getting more and more confused now. Nagito?
You're the only one!
Please tell me Nagito dies.
The one who wasn't there. It's you, right, Nagito?
This is true. In my mind, I totally forgot he existed because he seemed too important. I thought he had plot armor.
That's right. Nagito wasn't there. It was just me, Gundam, and Fuyuhiko.
No, this seems too obvious. This seems like an engineered alibi.
You didn't come out, even though the alarm was going off like crazy. You weren't in your room, were you?
What was he doing?
If that's the case, where were you?
He has his luck, right? Yeah, that means he'll get out of this somehow. Did the killer need to be there, though? I don't think so, because everything seemed like it was set up already.
Please, say something.
If you don't hurry up and answer, I'm gonna suicide dive you!
No, don't do that. You might die.
If I may be frank,
No, you're Nagito. You're not Frank.
even if I wanted to go to the lounge, I couldn't.
Because...
You couldn't? What do you mean?
It's merely the
Hi, Frank.
foolish talk of the weak.
Work in Progress thinks it might be Fuyuhiko, but you hope not. Only because all the evidence that acquits him is basically his own testimony and alibi. So that's the only weakness I could see.
Not only did I not hear the alarm, I never even heard that rumbling sound.
It never existed. He couldn't?
You're definitely fucking lying.
However, that is also true for me.
Were they doing something? No.
It is obvious that I did not hear the alarm in Strawberry House. But I did not hear the rumbling sound either. Is that not strange? I mean, everyone else heard it.
Now, let me think. So, Nagito was staying in the deluxe room, and so was Sonia. But then again... Or were they staying... Yeah, they were staying in deluxe rooms. So, that may have something to do with that, but also Chiaki and... yeah, Chiaki and somebody else from the boys' side were also in deluxe rooms, and they did hear it. Unless it was... Was Nekomaru in the deluxe room? No, he was in the standard room. That can't be it.
To be honest, it's not just them.
Oh!
The same goes for me too.
Then that's it! Well, are deluxe rooms just so well padded that they block out the noise? Huh?
I was in a pretty deep sleep, so I thought that's why I couldn't hear it, but it wasn't that. I probably couldn't hear it at all.
Oh, there you go.
Couldn't hear it? What does that mean?
You still don't know. Think about what the three of us who didn't hear a sound have in common, and I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Got it. The room they were staying in. The only people who didn't hear the rumbling noise were Nagito, Sonia, and Chiaki. The secret is, what these three have in common? Could this also be the secret that points to the killer? Who else was in the deluxe room, though? Oh, I should have paid attention on the boys' side. It wasn't Nekomaru. And I think it wasn't... So it's Gundam? Oh. Deluxe Suite. I think. Oop. Alright, I'm just gonna leave that for now. Sweet. Sweet. Yeah, Deluxe Suite. That's gotta be it. The U! Get out of here. Deluxe. S-U-I-T-E. Deluxe room? Deluxe rooms. Don't need that. Oops. There you go.
I got it.
Gotcha. Figured that out all on my own.
Nagito, Sonia, and Chiaki. The three of you were staying in deluxe rooms, right?
This is true.
If I recall,
Yeah.
what deluxe rooms are.
They just have soundproofing. That's right. The guest rooms are divided by quality grade. The deluxe room is soundproof. Right, he did tell us that. I even thought at the time that it would be relevant. Duh. Has excellent air insulation. The standard room may have so-so insulation, but it's still pretty decent. And the crummy room has severe airflow and draft problems.
The reason we could not hear the rumbling noise.
That's right. It was because the deluxe rooms have superior sound insulation.
Which means whoever was in the deluxe room but still came out is suspect.
You actually noticed that. Nice catch, Hajime. Are you using your ultimate reserve corps student talent?
Hey, Nagito. Fuck you. I'm sorry. Let me have that one. Let me have that one because he's just being a big old butt right now.
Now then, you guys must understand by now, right? The true identity of Nekomaru's killer.
Hold on a sec. Why does that lead to who the killer is?
Why? Well, that fact just now is a very important clue, and a decisive factor in identifying the killer.
Ah, yes, the good old turn the alibi into the damning piece of evidence trick.
Decisive factor?
I know this well from Phoenix Wright. Somehow, I feel like I understand what Nagito means. The killer among us? The killer who murdered Nekomaru.
You're the only one!
Is Gundam.
Gundam,
I had a feeling.
there's something I want to ask you.
Oh. I guess that ship is sunk then.
When the alarm rang at the Strawberry House Lounge, you rushed over there too, right?
What's wrong with that? If the bell of catastrophe rings throughout the night, it is the universe's providence to stop it.
You can drop it, you can drop it, man. I guess I know now that this was... No matter how irrelevant your speech sounds to everything that goes on, I guess you really are with us this whole time.
Why were you able to hear it?
Hear what?
I mean, you were also staying in a deluxe room, right? Nagito was staying in a deluxe room in the same house on the same floor, and he couldn't even hear it. So why were you able to hear that alarm?
Now that you mention it...
Gundam?
Oh. Ah, if it is him... I mean, I'm like 89% sure it is him now. I mean, it's not anybody who I really super wish wouldn't die? He's definitely down there. But still, why?
There's only one possibility. You weren't in your room at the time.
He is cool. I thought he would just for sure stay to the end, or at least be killed, not a murderer. Never saw it coming.
That's why, even though you were staying in a deluxe room, you still went to the lounge. Am I right?
Gundam, you have some sort of explanation, right?
Ooh. You're glad it's not Fuyuhiko, but it's still depressing. Usually he would say something like, "What did you say to me, the Supreme Overlord of Fire and Ice?" Now he's all, why wouldn't I hear that?
Gundam probably couldn't return to his room because of Fuyuhiko. Me?
Hey?
After you saw Nekomaru heading to the tower, you stayed at the lounge for a while. Am I correct? Until the moment that alarm started ringing, right?
Yeah, but at that point he already died because Nekomaru was already set up to be suspended.
If you were in the lounge for that long, the killer who had left earlier obviously wouldn't be able to go back.
Even though Nekomaru's murder was a death trap that utilized the alarm in his chest, the killer still needed to prepare the murder in advance.
So that clears it up then. Exactly how long before he was killed was that murder set up?
Like putting Nekomaru in sleep mode and tying him up with the wire.
Why did Nekomaru let that happen though?
In order to do that, the killer needed to be waiting for Nekomaru at the tower.
Right.
Which means when Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru, the killer was already at the tower.
And it didn't look suspicious because to Nekomaru, he was also there for Tai Chi. Just the two of them.
And once they tried to go back, they couldn't because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge.
But how did he know he was there?
In their original plan, the killer should have returned to their room before the alarm in the lounge went off. And they were supposed to stay in their room. They weren't planning to come out and go to the lounge.
So they knew. So Gundam remembered that the deluxe rooms were soundproofed. In that case, why even bring yourself to the lounge and call attention to yourself?
Which means they wouldn't have heard the alarm or the rumbling sound, thus proving they were in the room.
Right.
Just like us.
The best case scenario would have been if those two in the lounge had gone to check the deluxe rooms. After all, if they personally saw the killer sleeping in their room, it gives the killer a stronger alibi. Unfortunately, they failed to secure that alibi.
That's very unlucky. If it was Nagito, he would have done it.
Because I was in the lounge.
Yeah. Fuyuhiko, don't feel sad about that. You identified the mystery. But also, this is depressing overall.
So the killer couldn't go back to their room, and ended up hearing the lounge's alarm.
Hey, what are you doing?
This raucous. It's louder than the supreme ruler of the netherworld bellowing for a sacrifice.
Don't go making all that noise so suddenly.
But why'd you come out? You should have hid till the excitement died down.
If Gundam tried to hide, and if those two went to his room to check on him, he would have been found out.
Would he? I feel like he could have used the alarm as, like, a way to hide the sound of him sneaking back in.
That would have been the worst possible outcome. That's why he couldn't just stay hidden.
If those two had just checked the deluxe rooms as planned, that would have been ideal, but...
You know, this all falls apart if Gundam just says,
I just happened to wake up at that time and then went outside. Yes.
How ironic. The moment Fuyuhiko set foot in the lounge, your plan was doomed.
nah. They would have seen him pass. Not if they were both trying to fiddle with the clock.
Gundam? Please, can you at least say something?
Ugh. Her newfound love shattered instantly.
Answer me this, including myself in my 4 dark devas of destruction. How many ears do we possess?
37.
The answer is 10. That's right. I possess 10 ears.
That's a lot of corn.
That means I have 5 times the hearing of a normal human. The soundproof system here may as well not exist.
Okay, now that's just a very paper-thin alibi that you just constructed there, dude.
Is that your argument?
You bastard! Do you understand the situation you're in right now?
It's debatable whether or not he understands the entire situation he's been in for the past few days, but I think he does.
Do not panic. The truth shall now commence.
Oh, he's struggling. He's struggling.
At the time, I left my room to go to the bathroom. By coincidence, I heard the alarm.
There you go. All he had to do was say that ahead of time.
That's right. That's all it was. The world is always so simple.
Yeah, it's very simple.
Are you saying it was just a coincidence? Isn't that timing a little too perfect?
It's quite possible. Believe me.
And yet, I'm being suspected by all of you. It seems it was actually horrible timing on my part.
I see. You're still holding out. Well, you don't have to admit it. We're going to decide who the killer is with the majority vote anyway.
Yeah, but if we're wrong, then we die.
So, why don't we just go ahead and start voting? It's obvious that Gundam is the killer.
All the bullshit aside, the hamsters might have actually picked it up. I get they would have better hearing, I suppose. Are they like dogs? I'm not sure. Do hamsters have good hearing? Are they known for this? What I can tell you right now is Nagito trying to force the vote right away is suspicious.
Hold on a sec.
You know, Hajime, this class trial, this killing, it's merely the opening act, you know.
Hey! What do you mean the class trial is just the opening act?
Or what? For Nagito escaping and killing everybody?
Perhaps I should say, it's just a farce.
Now that's an insult to Monokuma's soul.
Just a boring farce. So boring, so stressful. I'm so painfully bored that I might develop stomach ulcers.
Monokuma's class trial is so boring that it causes Nagito's stomach ulcer to explode.
Seriously. Let's just hurry up and finish this before I collapse from poor health.
Nagito, something definitely happened here, didn't it?
It was the hamsters, right? They do have good hearing. There you go. Yeah, the hamsters like bombarded Nagito, and the cuteness gave him a heart attack.
At some point during the investigation, your behavior became even weirder. What actually happened? Did you discover something?
And would it have actually caused you to have a change of heart like this? It's not just the fact that Hajime is not an ultimate. What did he discover? You weren't thinking before, but you're definitely suspicious of Nagito. For sure. I was originally as well. Because if the evidence points to Gundam circumstantially, it makes sense. But Danganronpa is usually a bit more thorough than that. Years ago, I was Chinese. You remember that? From Shenmue?
Well, let's
Somebody
just
does,
leave
at
that
least.
fun for later. And finish this opening act already.
You said opening act again!
He is so lucky that he could pin it on Gundam. Lucky. Yeah. This all just worked out for him, didn't it?
Please hold on. We have yet to hear Gundam's rebuttal.
Yeah, listen to his buttle of Re.
But he's completely shut up. Perhaps he can't argue anymore.
Oh.
Gundam!
Please, Gundam, tell me that they're not guilty. Tell me that your excuse is just really coincidence.
I was simply at a loss for words after being dumbfounded by your pathetic assumption.
There you go, he's back. So, time for the bullet time battle, right?
In fact, I shall deny the very basis. Your assumption has been wrong since the beginning.
His rebuttal is that our assumption has been wrong.
Since the beginning?
Based on your assumption, I hung Nekomaru from the 4th floor of the tower and made the floor descend to the 1st floor.
That's how a killer talks. But just once, I want to see a game, a Danganronpa game or Phoenix Wright game, where somebody is cornered like this, starts to deny everything that's being said, and they actually are innocent.
From there, after returning to Strawberry House, I was present when the alarm at the lounge went off, correct?
Correct.
Although going to and fro is busy enough as it is, how would I be able to travel between both houses anyway?
Yeah, everything was broken, but the killer did that to hide the fact that they moved between the houses. Although we do know that the elevator was stuck at the Grape House side.
I see. The contact elevator was broken.
As I recall, the killer tampered with the Grape House control panel, which shut down the elevator. Plus, the stopped elevator should have been facing the Grape House side.
But if you have the ability to move between the floors because you defeated the final dead room, it doesn't matter.
If so, the human who used the elevator would have left it at Grape House. For these reasons, it's an indisputable fact that the killer destroyed the elevator at Grape House.
And what's wrong with that?
If the elevator was broken at Grape House, you wouldn't be able to return to Strawberry House.
Good effort, Gundam, but this alibi only works if there was somebody we could have blamed at Grape House.
However, I was already at Strawberry House. I was present when the alarm in the lounge started ringing. Which means your assumption is clearly wrong.
Are you serious? And here I thought it's already been decided.
No, don't worry, Kaz. It's just the final denials.
Have you learned your lesson, pitiful humans? You cannot overcome this contradiction.
Wasn't Nagito at Grape House? Nah, he was in Strawberry House with all the other guys. It was only Hajime who was at Grape House that was a guy. That's wrong. No, that's wrong. When something is obviously wrong, that's when a contradiction is born. There's no such thing as a contradiction that can't be overcome. That's using your Phoenix Wright skills. Alright. Get this over with.
That elevator was the only means of travel between the two houses.
Already wrong.
As long as that elevator was broken, your assumption collapses.
Plus, the elevator was
Broken.
broken at Grape House.
If the killer cannot return to Strawberry House,
Since I was at Strawberry House at that time, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice.
Not an accomplice.
What if there was a secret passageway?
Yes, that. Secret
How much
passageway.
longer do you plan to lecture me? Why don't we stop this already?
The contradiction is when something is obviously wrong. There's no contradiction that I can't shoot through, or a contradiction. I'm gonna find out what that is for the sake of everyone's hope. I'll shoot through that contradiction. Let the hamsters be okay no matter what, though. That's all you ask. I don't think they're accomplices, so I think they're safe.
The only means of travel between the two houses.
Except,
As long as that elevator was broken, your assumption collapses.
Plus, the elevator was broken at Grape House.
if the killer cannot
Since I was at Strawberry, there's no question.
I think I know what to do here.
Different.
What if there was a secret passageway?
I want to agree with this statement, but
lecture me?
it
Why
is
don't we
a...
stop this already?
It's not a consent statement. So I think I should refute
elevator, the only
Gundam's
means of
assertions
travel between the two houses.
with the secret passageway. There you
No,
go.
that's wrong.
Perfect. Gotcha.
No, there should have
Objection!
been another way to move between the two houses without the elevator.
Ah.
Such a method does not exist.
Don't squish the hamsters. Don't squish ham.
Then why don't we ask the person who actually used that method?
Alright, Nagito, get out of here. Beep beep.
You're the only one!
Alright, Hajime, you don't have to be that forceful.
Nagito, you should know.
What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. You appeared so suddenly that one time because you used that method, right?
Yes, the method. The Indy 500 method. Nagito, why are you here? Because I showed up.
There's a secret passage connecting the first floor of Strawberry House to the third floor of Grape House.
And that's what Gundam
Isn't
used.
that right?
Jeez. Once again, I let the reserve corps show up.
Don't be sad, Nagito. We're helping find the truth. I thought this is the hope you wanted.
But you're right. There's a door on the floor of the Octagon, which is on the first
Octagon.
floor of Strawberry House.
Squeeze my hog.
After I opened the door and went down, surprise, surprise! I ended up in the Monokuma archive, which is on the third floor of Grape House.
Which is actually below the Strawberry House.
Meaning the third floor and the fourth floor are actually connected.
Plus, once you've cleared the final dead room once, you can pass through it as many times as you want.
Right.
If they used that secret passage, they could have gone between the two houses as much as they wanted.
So Gundam was the first one to beat the final dead room. Amazing. So how did you beat the final... Oh. Did... You know what? I haven't seen all 4 of Gundam's hamsters in a while. I think I've only seen 3 recently. No! No. I need to see all the hamsters again. Because if I only see 3 next time, I think I know what happened.
Infinity Unlimited Flame!
To infinity and beyond? Okay, Buzz Lightyear.
However, what if the killer was unaware of the existence of the final dead room?
Oh, you saw all 4. Never mind.
There's no way they didn't know.
That is merely an illusion you have fabricated from your own suspicion.
Alright, okay. So that means Gundam just got lucky with the Russian roulette. I was worried that he would have made one of his hamsters do it.
Infinity Unlimited Flame!
If you value your life, you should stop with your scrutiny.
There's no way I can stop.
Did you say?
What? Insolent child!
That was great. Stop making you like Gundam. Yeah, because he's about to die. Oh, it's too late for me. I'm already sad, but I've already accepted it. There's usually no backing down from this.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Oh, now he's the Hulk. Great. He's gonna turn big and green.
Hulk Gundam Smash!
I'm sure lots of people would like Gundam to smash, if you know what I mean.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes.
The heck is this?
Provided you use a spacious wormhole.
What?
Frail, I say.
Frail. Muda.
Shall I
Why?
feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
Why is his statement so hard to cut? His argument is exhausting. Just listening to it makes me tired. I need to skillfully cut back against his words so he doesn't outpace
Even
me.
if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes.
Oh, I can go
Provided
diagonally?
you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail, I say.
I'm out. I'm out of knife.
Illusion.
I wasted it. No!
Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
I made a mistake. Well, now I know it can go diagonally at least. Whoops. Oh, this is...
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist,
Yeah, there you go.
could travel through multiple planes. Provided you use a spacious wormhole.
Yeah, I started using my mouse.
I say.
How could somebody do this on anything but a console? Or a mouse?
Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
I'm out again. Oh, this is terrible. Can I... Can I use my controller, please? Come on, go, do it. Oh, this is gonna be bad. You did it, you struggled too. Well, what I would really want is for my controller to start working that I have plugged in. I don't know why it's not, I usually always have it plugged in.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes. provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail, I say! Your decayed illusion.
I'm out again. No, I'm not.
Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
I can't back down!
Okay, I think I got it.
We already proved a secret passage exists. The secret passage was at the Octagon.
Octagon.
Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the Octagon. Don't bark, you cur!
Bark, bark.
If you don't at least pray
Uh-oh,
to the
what
key
was that?
which dwells in the light.
I didn't see it. He probably means try providing the evidence that the killer went to the Octagon, right? If that's the case, I should have it too. The key which dwells in the light. That will break through the darkness. Oh, I'm starting to sound like him.
Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the Octagon.
The wire?
Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom of blind...
Allow me to cut through
Okay,
those words.
I somehow got that. The wire, the only thing that wasn't
Wire
already
used to
in the
string up
houses.
Nekomaru's body, the hammer that looked like the weapon, and the chain on the door in the tower.
All decoys.
Those are all the items that weren't in Funhouse. Where did the killer obtain them?
The Octagon.
The only place I can think of is the Octagon. There were
Right.
various weapons and tools there. I'm pretty sure I saw stuff like wires, hammers, and chains too.
I mean, he never specifically called it out while he was in there, but I got the idea.
Since those items were used in the crime, there's no doubt that the killer went to the Octagon.
If that's the case, they obviously know about the secret passage too, right?
No denying this.
It seems this is the end. Normally, we'd end up listening to Hajime lecture us with a very long summary of the case.
What, I don't get to do that? Come on, I like the manga minigame.
But there's no reason to waste any more time on this opening act. So I'm going to end this right now.
This doesn't make sense.
Hey, what are you...
Why are you ending it? Why are you so rushed?
First of all, by messing
what?
with all the clocks
You
in the
can't-
building, Gundam tried to lure only
What are you doing?
Nekomaru.
Stop
the
it!
elevator was probably
No!
broken
You
by
can't
accident.
steal my
Thanks
explanation!
to that, Nekomaru
That's my
wasn't
thing!
able to go to
That's
Great
my
Tower,
manga!
which was supposed to be the
My
meetup.
minigame!
So we
Stop
tried
it!
going over to
Stop!
Strawberry Tower.
No.
Just like we
Stop
did
it.
when we
Shut
found
up.
out the
This
elevator
is my music.
was broken.
Quiet.
Well, it's
Stop
obvious
it.
he'd attempt that.
Knock it out.
At
Knock
that
it out.
time, we didn't know
Knock
the
it out.
two towers were the exact same
Ah.
place. Also,
Ah.
the button in Strawberry Hall wasn't broken.
Stop
so he
the
was
music.
easily able to enter Strawberry
It's
Tower.
playing on its
But
own.
Surprise! Gundam was waiting for Nekomaru's arrival.
Hold on. If Nekomaru didn't go to Strawberry Tower, what would the killer have done then?
That was all going without me pressing anything. That's the ultimate in Nagito, like, taking away control from me as the protagonist. Thank you, Fuyuhiko. You interrupted him. Or else he would have just kept going on and
Their
on.
plan was a balancing act of uncertainties. But even if they failed, they probably wouldn't have minded.
That doesn't sound like Gundam to me. That sounds like you, Nagito. The only person who could have gone through that on sheer luck.
They can just greet everyone the next morning as if nothing happened, and come up with a different plan.
No, because there'd be evidence. Evidence of an attempted murder.
And without such a risky plan, they wouldn't have been able to lure him at all.
I'm going to continue summarizing the case, okay? Through this, Gundam
Stop.
successfully lured Nekomaru to Strawberry Tower.
I feel
There's
robbed.
no way he could fight head-on with the robotic Nekomaru.
I feel robbed.
So
This
by
is
pressing
my
the ignite
explanation
button,
time.
He rendered Nekomaru powerless without fighting.
This is my theme song power-up moment.
Hold on! You... What did you just say? That I didn't battle?
Now he's offended. This is interesting.
What's wrong with that?
Don't mess
Whoa.
with me!
Now he's hulking out.
Don't mess with me! I cannot ignore those words!
There you go. Now he's fired up.
Why are you angry all of a sudden?
You fools do not understand. You don't understand at all. Ha! You make me laugh. After all this time, you still don't understand anything at all.
Well, please enlighten us.
I don't understand anything. What does that mean?
No, that's not surprising.
It appears I cannot finish just yet. Maybe I'm just a human destined for hell. However, I cannot finish just yet.
No, he wants to go down with a fight.
I cannot finish!
Oh, I'm sorry, Gundam. You should see a doctor about that. A lot of what Gundam could have done, Nagito could have done too. That's why I'm thinking that there could still be something here. A twist that they could have pulled out. Something that makes it... This only works if it really is Nagito and not Gundam. It only works because Nagito is so lucky that he can pin it on somebody else without having to try.
What do you intend to do?
It's obvious! I'm going to destroy your illusory assumptions!
With the Hammer of Justice?
Are you saying you still have more? You still have room to argue?
Your words. You said I pressed Nekomaru's goodnight button.
I mean, I never completely said that, but that's what we wanted to say.
However, that button was on the back of Nekomaru's neck. To press it, I'd have to get behind him.
Behind him, huh? Oh, you're talking about, in order to press the button, yes.
It's not easy to get the drop on Coach Nekomaru.
But if they were doing Tai Chi...
It's even more difficult if it's a one-on-one situation.
Just as I thought, truly frail. Succumbing so easily to this simple argument, it was just a mere illusion.
Nah, if you were doing Tai Chi, then he could have gotten a clear shot at Nekomaru's behind.
If you want to set me up as the killer, at least surpass your own human limitations.
From there, he could do whatever he wanted.
That's wrong, Gundam. You're the one who's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
Such a wonderful line. However, I cannot say that I'm satisfied. Listen well. I shall teach you 2 tips for making someone admit their defeat. First, you must crush them with your own overwhelming power. And as for the other...
Have a deep, booming, sexy voice.
You must provide a reason that will persuade that human.
Not 2.
You have not fulfilled either of those yet.
Yes, I have. I guess you really don't want to admit it. Then, just as you requested, I will provide an argument that'll leave you no choice but to be persuaded. Panic talk. That's it. Bullet time battle then.
I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied!
Amen.
Show me the cadaver!
Show me the proof.
I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! I won't let you!
DDR time. Let's go. Too fast. Beaver time.
Crushed as David prophesied!
Yeah.
For the Tanaka Empire!
I'm somehow doing it. Negative.
I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Crushed as David prophesied!
The 4 Dark Divas.
This is the end!
Oh. Not Tai Chi.
Even if you didn't get behind Nekomaru, you should have been able to press the button on the back of his neck.
With your hams.
As long as you have the power of the hamsters you keep with you.
Yeah, that's not a line I ever thought would ever be said in this game. As long as you had the power of the hamsters you keep with you. 4 Dark the Davis. Davis the Dark 4.
Are you seriously saying he used his hamsters to press the button on the back of Nekomaru's neck?
Yes, because I don't even know what to believe anymore.
Of course that'd be impossible for a normal hamster, but it would have been possible for Gundams.
They're too strong. They're too smart.
In fact, we saw that with our very own eyes. right?
Oh. You're right. We saw Gundam use one of his trained hamsters to push the strawberry door button.
Emissary of evil, in accordance with our ancient contract, the time has come to lend me your aid. Pierce through, Supernova Silver Fox Sounders!
Choo-choo. I pressed the button.
Truly, this is the skyline lamentation art of the demon mouse. Soon the door of destiny shall open.
Now that you mention it, after Ibuki was killed in the music venue, one of Gundam's hamsters retrieved a piece of wallpaper from the baton lighting, right?
So they really are that smart.
Hey, with your friends and their exceptionally smart brains, it must have been possible
Don't remind me that Ibuki's dead. I miss her.
to secretly get one of them behind Mekamaru and press the button on the back of his neck.
How about it, Gundam?
Not just myself, but you actually brought up how splendid my subordinates are.
And now he's patting himself on the back.
I have no recourse but to admit it.
Admit it? Did you say you admit it?
I admit that I'm just stalling for time.
It appears I've obtained a one-way ticket to hell. Fine! Then you must trample me underfoot and advance. Victory can only be built upon a foundation of corpses. You cannot find peace without sacrifice anywhere. Now, trample this life. Trample it as though it were mere trash on the side of the road.
And now you're starting to talk like Kazuichi, liking to be teased by Sonya.
Pull the curtain strings of this worthless performance with your own two hands.
AKA, get it over with. Fine. Get on with it! Closing argument. Yeah, I do get it. Screw you, Nagito. I got to do the manga section after all. Who set the lounge clock's alarm? Nothing here yet. Who's in the lounge? Not here yet. What time? Not any of these. Nekomaru jumping in like a robot. The hamsters! Nekomaru's weakness is the button. Messing with the base. The wire wrapped around Nekomaru's feet was looped onto the doorknob. And the killer destroyed what after leaving the tower? But no. He destroyed something else. You were hoping it was Nagito. I hope it's Nagito every time one of these happens, but you know, it just doesn't. Let's see. Why did Nekomaru fall? Because he woke up. But that was before. I think. Alright, the killer... It wasn't this? So the killer messed with... No. Oh, this was here. No? Right, it was already here. Okay, let me think about this. Nekomaru waking up is already here. Panel getting tampered with is already here. That means it's me waking up. Yeah, me waking up is what I need to put. Amy just googled how Gundam goes. Yeah, these are always so brutal, aren't they? Why did Nekomaru fall? No. I woke up. Where did I wake up? So what do we got now? We got a finger pressing a button that was already in here. Alarm set for 5:30. That was to set the alibi. Alarm set for 5:30 is 5 a.m. But it's 2:40 a.m.? Rocking the train around. Nah. Whoops, wrong one. One of these is Fuyuhiko being in the lounge already. Who set the lounge clock's alarm? Killer. What time? No. Was the chain already wrapped around the doorknob? At this point in time? Maybe not. No, it was already there. So it's got to be the alarm set for 5:30. Mikan's execution was weird, but nice fan service though. You know, for just the split second it appears. 5 a.m.? Yeah. Stock 3. We're getting there. That's a huge hammer. It's huge. Amy Rose's Pico Pico hammer. Hamster and murder. So what have we got left? We got who gathered at the lounge. And here's the last of it. Why did Nekomaru fall? Because the doorknob came off. Alright, we're almost there. We're almost there. It's the last few. It might just be one more, actually. The killer destroyed what after leaving the tower? A button.
Here's everything that happened in this case.
Ah, satisfying.
Let's first go over the many tricks the killer prepared before they committed the crime. First, they destroyed the contact elevator. This separated Nagito and the others in Strawberry House from our group in Grape House. Next, they lured Nekomaru out by himself by turning back all the clocks in the funhouse by 2 hours. Additionally, in order to secure an alibi, the killer went to the Strawberry House lounge and set the wall clock's alarm to 5:30 a.m.
This is all in line with what we know.
After finishing their preparations, the killer went to Strawberry Tower with the necessary tools in hand. They obtained these tools from the Octagon, which you can enter once you clear the final dead room.
So we're just gonna go over the fact that we're just gonna gloss over how Gundam went through the final dead room and performed Russian roulette.
This means the killer discovered the secret of the funhouse faster than anybody else.
Not very fun house to me.
That secret being, Strawberry House and Grape House are actually the same building.
Oh.
On the morning of the incident, Nekomaru woke up and headed over to Great Tower for a specific reason.
Damn you, Tai Chi.
There, Fuyuhiko, who was at the lounge by coincidence, witnessed Nekomaru. According to Fuyuhiko's testimony, that was around 5 a.m., but by that point, the killer had already messed with our perception of time.
In order to create an alibi. So that's why Gundam was so ready to participate in the trial. He thought he was clear.
In actuality, Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru at 7 a.m.
That's one way to do it, I suppose.
That's also the same time Monokuma Taichi begins. Nekomaru went to Great Tower to participate in that. However, because the contact elevator was broken, Nekomaru was unable to go to Great Tower. So he decided to try going to Strawberry Tower.
Oh.
But the killer was waiting for him there.
Because he knew it was the same room, but...
With the power of hamsters, they were able to press the good night button on the back of Nekomaru's neck.
With the power of hamsters. Again, something you don't expect.
This forced him
ever.
to enter sleep mode, rendering him immobile. From there, the killer began preparing to use the ultimate weapon.
The room. Ha ha! Throw football, Nekomaru.
First, they set the alarm in Nekomaru's chest to 7:30 a.m. so he'd wake up. Then they tied him up with a metal wire, tied the tip of the wire into a loop, and hung it on the doorknob. After leaving Strawberry Tower, the killer then destroyed the door button to Strawberry Hall. They did this to keep us from entering Strawberry Tower, and to keep us from discovering the secret of the building's structure that they used to kill Nekomaru.
Does it really?
Then, they used
Well,
the
it
secret
didn't really work.
octagon
We figured it
passageway
out.
to travel to Grape House. After arriving at Grape Hall, they pressed the button to open the door to the tower. When that happened, the elevator-like floor of the tower began descending, and Nekomaru's body was still inside, dangling upside down in midair from the wire.
Ripe for the killing.
The killer entered Grape Tower to see if their setup was successful, and placed a hammer on the floor to look like the weapon, then wrapped a chain around the back door.
Did Gundam really come up with this, though?
This was done to make us falsely believe we couldn't enter the tower from Strawberry Hall.
Everything he did was to make sure
With
he had
this,
an alibi.
The killer finished their setup and tried to go back to their room using the secret passage, so they could craft their alibi when Nekomaru died from the fall.
And yet he was thwarted.
But something unexpected happened. Fuyuhiko, who saw Nekomaru earlier, was still at the lounge. As a result, the killer couldn't return to their room, and with no options available, time ran out. The lounge's wall clock alarm started ringing at 5:30. Well, actually 7:30. To avoid a worst-case scenario, the killer was forced to appear in front of Fuyuhiko with the others.
As if that wasn't more suspicious. The fact that that alarm just existed. How was he going to explain that away, anyway?
When the wall clock's alarm rang, that was also the same time Nekomaru was waking up. He woke up while he was still hanging upside down, so he couldn't help but sway his body powerfully.
And that was his demise.
Originally, the loop of wire was only supposed to slip off the doorknob,
Oh, jeez. Poor Nekomaru. If only Nekomaru knew how to be more calm.
but because there was a heavier load than expected, the doorknob ended up breaking. Nekomaru fell from the 4th floor all the way to the 1st floor.
Ugh.
He crashed into the pillar, which decapitated him on impact.
Oh.
He died.
Brutal.
The sound of Nekomaru's impact echoed throughout the funhouse. However, by this point, the killer's plan was about to fail, thanks to the broken doorknob and Fuyuhiko. Meaning, the killer is someone who wouldn't have heard the alarm if they were in the deluxe room. They also wouldn't have been able to return to their guest room, because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge.
The only person that fits that is Gundam.
That someone is Gundam Tanaka. I can't think of anyone else but you.
Oh. There you have it.
Splendid. That was splendid. For a mere human, you did quite well.
Oh, thank you. Why are you acting like this?
Stop. Stop it already.
Akane's in mourning. You can't treat this like a game. You're not Monokuma.
Stop using weird words to avoid the truth. Or I'll friggin' kill you myself!
I cannot believe it. I just cannot believe.
I won't believe. That's what Tera Tera would say. Oh yeah.
You killed Nekomaru?
For what purpose, though?
I cannot believe something like that.
It...
You don't wish to forgive me? Do you feel regret? Then finish it! Cast your impure votes for Gundam Tanaka!
Why does he want to die so badly? It doesn't feel right. And if Gundam was trying to get us out of here, if he was doing this for any sort of beneficial reason, he could have killed himself. It could have been a suicide. At least it would get us out of that starvation situation.
My beloved, deadly foes, let the voting time begin!
I still don't see the motive. I guess that's it. Jeez. Look at that 65. Don't worry about it. be?
This result isn't all that exciting.
Well, what do you expect, Monokuma? Can't all be fun and games. Can't all be people denying their fate.
Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote.
Alright, chat, cast your vote.
Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
I mean, I'll just vote for Nagito. Doesn't matter. If it results in Nagito dying, I'll vote for it. Even if it means I die too.
Please pull the lever! Crap! I bit my tongue at the most important part!
Well, now you're... What? Now you're Daffy Duck? What you get. Dun, da, da, da. Why though? Trial end. Huh. It'd be bad if I bit my tongue again. Oh. So I'll speak slowly. Judging from the results, you guys were correct once again. Getting 4 in a row without any mistakes is a splendid achievement. That's right. The one who killed the robotic Nekomaru is an amazing funhouse. Let's get them Panaka!
Nice!
Yay! I said all that without biting my tongue.
Now then.
What was the point of that? Injecting some humor? More like injecting some cringe. Now that we've decided who the killer is, let's do the execution already and get this over with. Oh, come on, I want to play Super Smash Brothers. Hold on. It's true that the class trial is finished, but that doesn't mean the incident is over. We can't finish yet until we hear it from Gundam.
Jeez.
Huh. No matter what he says, it won't change a thing. Well, I have no right to stop you either, so do whatever you like. Inject whatever Mikan got. Oh.
My tears.
Oh, those are some good injections.
Why do you want to talk to one who is lost? The loser merely leaves. It would be unnecessary for me to say something.
Listen well.
Is what I would like to say, but for honor's sake, I shall correct one thing.
Correct?
You guys said I've made Nekomaru powerless without fighting him. That, however, is a great mistake.
Huh.
Fine.
Nekomaru did fight, that is no mistake. And because he fought, he lost and died.
Damn it!
Lost and died?
This, too,
If
must
he
be
was
the
just
will of
trying to cling
causality.
to life, there are many ways he could have done so. However, he did not allow that.
You.
What do you mean? Explain.
Fine then I shall reveal it all.
Zip. Keep your clothes on, please.
Let's make history.
Within the final dead room, I discovered the secret of the funhouse, and I devised a killing plan using that secret. By tampering with all the clocks in the building, I succeeded in luring Nekomaru to the tower. And this is what happened.
Oh.
Nekomaru and I were alone in the tower, standing face to face with one another. I should say I expected as much from Nekomaru. He sensed my subtle killing intent and instantly understood the situation. Go. And we had ourselves a stare down. Don't worry, I won the staring contest. He blinked first. Although I don't know if I was really blinking or if his eye LEDs momentarily lost power. In that situation, if he wanted to run away, it would have been easy for him to do so. He could have run away or even called for help. But he did not turn his back to me. Instead, he chose a fight that risked life and death.
That is...
A fight that risked life and death?
Let me tell you.
He was
this.
serious too. He gave it his all to try to kill me.
So was he willing to kill?
If I had died instead, the mystery surrounding the case would have been even more complicated. You would never know why I, the victim, went to the tower by myself.
I can see it!
Nobody would know that the victim, me, was actually the one who planned the whole thing.
Hate to break it to you, Gundam, but that was the first trial of the first game. We could have figured it out. Nah.
Could it be?
Nekomaru really did that?
Sensing even my subtle killing intent, as expected of you, Nekomaru.
The scorching, stinging, tense atmosphere. I've been a team manager for so long, I'd nearly forgotten this.
Top 10 anime battles.
This is great! What a comforting atmosphere!
Oh, wait. He probably just thought he wanted to spar.
That's a great line.
Yeah, that's a great line. I'll take that for myself one day.
And what is your reason? Do you intend to resolve this situation by killing me?
Well, excellent voice acting from Gundam.
I am the Warlock, Gundam Tanaka. Heroes, lords of darkness, and even the gods themselves flee from me.
Maybe because they're just afraid.
I need not cling to any trivial reason. I'm simply going to kill you because your very existence is an annoyance.
Say what? I thought Gundam was cool with everybody else.
You'll drench your soul with evil until the bitter end, huh? Splendid! In response to your spirit, I shall kill you with all of my might.
Did this really happen?
I won't go easy on you. Don't even think about holding back. Don't waste your breath on cowardly tactics. Give me everything you got.
This is epic.
Okay, this is epic.
Nekomaru Nidai, your blood will drench the foundation of my empire!
I'm starting to believe that Gundam is just making this up.
That
Epic
is...
gamers. Why? Why did you fight? We are all friends. Why couldn't you stop this? Even if both sides agreed, it was still wrong.
I will not argue. I have no intention of forcing my values upon you.
Let me tell you this.
However, I must say this. What is the point of living if you're just waiting until you finally die?
Oh my.
You weakling!
There's a way, that's a way to look at it, I guess.
There's nothing courageous about that. That is abandonment, a mere feeling of resignation.
Ah. Wait. Are you just telling us to wait until we starve to death? It wasn't me, is it? Is it because I told everyone to just wait for death? I'd rather have that happen to us than have our friends kill each other. Huh? You mean you'd rather die?
Fall, my tears.
Ever since we were locked inside that building, everyone had been dominated by that feeling of abandonment. However, nothing is born from resignation. That is simply a reason to give up.
If you flinch, you will die!
Giving up on life, that's just an insult to life itself.
Let me ask.
Have you fools heard of the term dog eat dog?
Cannibalism?
No, a dog eat dog world.
Fine.
In zoology, cannibalism is a commonly observed phenomenon. Many creatures at some point in their lifespan engage in cannibalism.
Listen well.
That is what it means to live.
They were all resigned to starve, but these two did something about it in a sense. Mostly Gundam. Yeah, it's a misplaced feeling of determination that if they had put that determination towards rebelling against Monokuma, if we had all rise up gamers against Monokuma, maybe we could have overthrown him. Maybe we could have found a way out of the funhouse. Not this. It's fitting considering the hamsters. Well, he is the ultimate breeder. That is a concept that Gundam would be familiar with. And yes, hamsters eat their young. Gundam has mentioned this. Remember, they eat their young if they detect that other scents are on them. So do not touch baby hamsters, as cute as they are.
If you say killing for the sake of living is evil, then what would you call giving up on life itself?
I shall engulf this world.
If a world would consider that justice, then I will fight that world with every last fiber of my being. Giving up on life and choosing death is nothing but a blasphemy towards life.
I renounce you!
It is a violation of the natural order. It is the arrogance of humanity.
You.
Are you saying all that to justify what you did? No, I think he has a point. I don't know if I can personally agree with it, but he's not wrong. He didn't want to give up. And that's admirable. As sad as it is that he killed someone else to make his point, I think if it wasn't for Monokuma putting us in this terrible situation, that same attitude could have helped the world. But it sounds like Nekomaru felt the same too. That's why they fought, right?
Damn it.
Hamsters eating their young is common among first-time hamster mothers? Oh, I guess it's the stress then.
Fine.
That man had the courage to die when he needed to die. That is why he challenged me to our battle. Regardless, as I've already said, I do not intend to force my values upon you fools. I have betrayed you all. That is the absolute truth.
Fall.
But even so, don't you think it's a better alternative to slowly starving to death in here?
Oh.
That belief is why you committed your crime?
You...
Hey, what about the final dead room? Did you do the Russian roulette too? Because he'd rather die doing what he believed in. I mean, I can't forgive you, Gundam. If you wanted to help our situation that badly, to give us hope, then you could have pulled a Sakura. You could have sacrificed yourself so we could all live. But that's not why you did it, huh? He wasn't gonna force his values on us. He didn't do this to prove anything to us. He just wanted to prove it to himself. We all hate Monokuma. Monokuma is awful. Even more so in this game. I will say, there was less I could blame Monokuma for in the first game. Because the motives he gave... I mean, every motive he gives are with the intent of having us kill each other. But I think in this game, they're on the verge, if not outright forcing us to kill each other, whereas in the first game, it sort of pushed us in that direction. So, with that respect, I think I like the first game's motives more, even if they're less impactful, even if they're less interesting, because they fit the theme. They fit the theme of despair. They fit the theme of hopelessness. This game, it just makes you hate Monokuma.
Let's make history.
Unlike Nagito, I only did it once, but... Ha! Compared to my battle with Nekomaru, that was mere child's play.
Well?
So you did it. You know, after listening to you talk for a while, I'm starting to think that, well, it's also because you unexpectedly admitted your crime without much resistance. Gundam, don't tell me you didn't sacrifice yourself for our sake, did you?
Ha! I can't believe you would ask such a foolish question.
My name is
Just who do you think I am? Ore wo dare da to omotte yagaru? I am Gundam Tanaka, history's greatest monster. My cursed existence is feared by all mankind. There's no way I'd sacrifice myself for the sake of you fools.
If he did, he would have just killed himself and not Nekomaru.
fade like dust in the
Not in a million, not in a billion, not in 10,000 billion years. In the name of pandemonium, it is impossible.
Is that it? Then, I'll just leave it at that.
Now then, let us be rid of this foolish talk. It's about time the fun started. Monokuma, let us begin!
Yes, indeed.
Yay! Got it! I have prepared a special punishment for the ultimate breeder, Gundam Tanaka.
Please wait!
This is just too much.
I beg of you!
Please, Monokuma, please help Gundam. I just fell in love with him. Don't take him away from me. Sonia!
Huh?
Miss Sonia!
I beg of you!
Please, I beg of you.
How pitiful.
Sonia. An act of as unrefined as stopping a man from going to his death does not befit a noble such as yourself.
Gundam. It's fine to start for reals, right?
Fine.
Yes, I do not mind. However,
What is it, my four dark devas of destruction?
Please tell me they'll be spared.
Are you worried about me? Oh, my feared four dark devas of destruction. That is not like you at all. However, there is no need to fear. In this world, I am only a temporary visitor.
Gundam.
I was simply visiting for a moment, and now that my duty is complete, I must return to the darkness.
Gundam.
That is why, until the very end, pride, conceit, courage, insolence, fearful of nothing, daunted by nothing.
Yeah. Own it. Gundam. Gundam, what you did is unforgivable, but I admire your values. I admire that you fight for what you believe in. Again, that's an attitude that could have done well. Done well to help us.
Let us laugh uproariously!
And in a way you are. I'm just sad it had to be this way. Dude. You were cool. But you just didn't... He just walks a different path from us. And I can't force him to be who he isn't.
That is Gundam Tanaka! I shall stick with my evil until the very end!
Yeah, dude, sure. You're evil. You're so cool.
Open sesame pandemonium! I shall fill hell with true hell!
Go get him, Tiger.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
And Monokuma just ruined it. What we got?
game over. Gundam has been found guilty. Time for the punishment.
Here he comes. Pineapple? Buffalo? Stampede? He's not gonna get Mufasa, is he? Uh-oh. The hamsters! No! Let him go! Oh. You got a sunflower seed. Stick. He's enacting a summoning ritual. Do it, Gundam. Do it! Oh, what? You can actually do this? Ugh. Mufasa.
Long live the king.
What? And they take him to heaven.
No, wait. I wanted to go to the other place. No!
See ya, space cowboy. Gundam. Even executed, you do it cool. It is from the opening. I had a feeling. That scene wasn't just for show, but... yeah, I didn't want to think too hard about whether or not it came from an execution. Now he's going off to the big hamster cage in the sky. Hope they got a big hamster wheel for him.
Gundam. No. No.
And thus, there are 7. Even after Gundam is gone, the spirit of his parting words still linger deep in our chests. Don't give up on life. Did I misunderstand what he meant? Then, what's the right thing to do? Sylveon, we're trying to mourn here. Chapter 4 Execution. So Sylveon Gunner. I mean, thank you for lightening the mood. You know what? This is a happy time, I think. I think in his own way, Gundam did sacrifice himself. He just didn't want to do it by suicide. I think in a way this does mirror what Sakura did. He sacrificed himself in order to have us all live. Because he didn't want us to go out losing hope, to just give up, starve to death, and just wait for that to happen. He wanted to give us fighting spirit. Then what is the right thing to do? I don't know. No matter how much I think about it, I don't know if I'll ever be able to answer that.
Damn it.
Damn it.
Damn it. I'm so pissed off. I need to throw something.
Damn it!
You all spend so much time worrying about each other, and all thanks to that, things ended up like this. You're all full of shit. Every last one of you. Akane, this is not the time. I know tensions are high. But he did a good thing for us. We're free now. We can live. Maybe you don't want to live after losing Nekomaru. But the biggest piece of shit is me. No, it's Monokuma. What are you doing?
Worst.
Damn it. Why am I so weak?
Oh.
It's such a downer. Clearly. But still. Even though we feel this way, we still gotta do our very best. Like no one ever... It was so sad. She's the biggest piece of... Rhymes with shit. I get it. I get it. Good one.
You are right.
This time around, we must move forward. We must continue to live and believe in our friends. If not,
You are right.
Gundam will most likely crawl his way out of hell, and I presume he will be very cross with us.
You're right. You're right. We shouldn't just stand here. I mean, it's not like this is over. We still have to do it. We still have to finish this. For the sake of our friends who have died, we need to finish this once and for all. We should beat the shit out of Monokuma. Yeah. So, don't just stand there. Stand up and walk. Move forward. Live. Live, Snake. Live your life to the fullest. If you don't, everyone who fought and died will have died in vain. That's very inspirational, Hajime. You should probably think about saying it out loud. We can't allow that.
Hey!
so how long are you guys gonna stand around chattering? The class trial is over, so it's okay for you to hurry back over the Jabberwock Island. However, the killing school trip will proceed as usual, so make sure you know that.
Wait!
Hold on! How much longer are you gonna keep doing this?
Seriously, how long is he going to keep doing this? Maybe not any longer. If only Yasuhiro was here to tell us whether or not there was going to be another murder.
I predict there's not gonna be another murder. Like, totally. Show me the proof.
Is there another chapter? Will someone else have to die eventually? It's not over yet. Not over yet, Snake. But after this point in the game, there weren't any more murders. So, maybe there won't be. Or not. Although, if there aren't any more murders, then that means there aren't any more trials. The game pretty much has to end in a trial because that's where the climaxes happen. I think one person is going to die. And that's what's going to cause an argument. I think one person is going to die, but at the hands of Monokuma directly. Then we call him out for directly breaking the rules. So, I think that's the point. If what I'm guessing is right, I think that's the point at which either Nagito or Chiaki will die. Because that's what'll spark a discussion about hope. Maybe. How long is this going to continue?
Now then.
Alright. After feeling down for so long, I finally feel refreshed. Let's hurry back and eat some food. Your disposition made a complete 180 very fast.
Hey!
Hold on a second. That mood shift is too damn fast.
What I said.
It's not like that.
Well, you know, it's like Gundam and Nekomaru said. That's what it means to live. Right? Oh, she's saying it with tears in her eyes. She's understood the message. She's found her hope. That's the spirit of Kane.
She's certainly something else.
But seriously, I'm starving.
Hey.
Then, well, let's go back for now and eat. And then after we are full, let's sleep as much as we want.
Right?
And then, let's do our best again. Yeah, you're right. More tears, and not just in game. Oh, this game. They know how to hit hard with the hope and despair messages. And turning despair back into hope when it seems like all is lost. With this, the class trial has come to an end, and once again, we return to Jabberwock Island. The size of our group has definitely diminished. Oh, excuse me. But despite that, even if it was just the rest of us, we did our best to stay upbeat and have fun together. Of course, our optimism was only superficial. But at that moment, we were able to forget about the dark despair looming before us. However, the only thing I was worried about was him. He wasn't there. He suddenly disappeared from our sight. Nagito? It's Nagito. He's given up. Given up on hanging out with us losers. Yeah, I'm definitely lucky. I never expected to obtain so many valuable things from a simple game of Russian roulette. Eh? Thanks to that, I was able to learn the identity of our true enemy. Future Foundation. Are you gonna pull a Hiyoko and just go off and explore? You're gonna investigate on your own? And before everyone else too! I don't know if I trust you in that role. But it's just too funny. I mean, no one could tell that I was lying. There's no way the file hid just Hajime's information. Everyone.
Well,
so you know who the traitor is, huh? I guess they were too busy with other matters, or maybe they reached their limits. Regardless, I was saved. Things would get complicated if they found out. Anyway, I can't forgive this. This should never be forgiven. There's no way I can let this run loose. I'll be the one who stops this once and for all. Even if it costs me my life.
it's obvious.
For the sake of hope, I cannot ignore this.
Monokuma appears!
So you're on our side? Maybe? Alright, Monokuma has arrived. Who summoned me?
Now then.
Thanks for coming.
What's this?
Why is it the lonely little Nagito? Are you all alone tonight too?
What's the matter?
So what's up? Your face looks scary. I see, so you can tell.
Hmm?
Ah,
Perhaps you found out who the traitor is?
Well, you did give him the Monokuma, whatever, Hope's Peak Academy file.
You know me well, is what I'd like to say, but unfortunately I haven't learned that yet.
I see. So even you don't know, huh? Looks like the final showdown is gonna take a little more time.
Hello.
So why'd you summon me anyway? Were you finally gonna confess your love?
Yes,
Oh,
Hey,
I summoned you because there's something I really need to ask you. It's about the special fries, the special French fries from McDonald's. I hear they're delicious, but they're changing the recipe? I don't know about that. I need that beef stock. It's about the special prize from the final dead room.
oh yeah. What about it?
There was information about 16 people in the file I received. But isn't that weird?
Weird how?
Say what?
What's weird?
you don't even know?
Well, there's a traitor from the Future Foundation hiding among us, right?
So does that mean they were in the school the whole time? Or is it someone else?
Including that person, the total number of students would be 16, right?
Isn't that right?
But this file contains documents that were created at Hope's Peak Academy, right?
Of course.
That's right. I just reused the stuff from the former headmaster spent a lot of time making.
But
If this file contains information about the traitor, was that person also a former student of Hope's Peak Academy?
Who knows?
Woohoo! I wonder.
hey,
Could it be? Is this your doing? Did you slip false information into the file? Were you trying to keep us from learning the traitor's identity by obtaining this information?
What's wrong with that? If it's my job to heat things up, it's okay if I do something small like that, right?
So you're admitting it.
well,
That's not my point.
right?
My point is, you already know who the traitor is.
What's wrong with that?
You're getting all riled up.
Well, you're splendidly correct when you say I knew who the traitor was all along. But even though I know who it is, why do you think I ignored it on purpose? It's just like Minomi after losing her magic stick. The traitor's existence means absolutely nothing to me.
Their existence means nothing, huh?
No, no.
Well, that's just how I feel. I'm sure you guys feel somewhat different. After all, that person is the evil Future Foundation lackey who's putting you guys through this awful stuff.
Huh. That's not entirely true. I didn't really come here to fight or anything like that. In fact, you giving me this information is making me realize the traitor is not important. Instead, I came here to offer my cooperation, you know?
Cooperation?
Hey,
Your purpose is to fill everyone on this island with despair, right? That's why you're intentionally letting the traitor do as they please, right?
Yep.
Yep.
If that's the case, I might be able to cooperate somewhat too.
right?
However, in exchange, I want to know who the traitor is.
I see. Interesting. Very interesting.
No, no, no.
Obviously, that's a big no-no.
Unbelievable.
I mean, I want to make everyone in your group feel despair. That includes you two.
Well,
You know, the entire band. I just really don't like Bono.
Well, I knew you would say that. What problem you got with Bono, man? Hello.
Besides, I just wouldn't be able to handle the sadness when you inevitably betray me later on.
Just as I thought, you saw right through me.
So he was on our side. Even if he's trying to betray us. I'm sorry, Nagito. You can't pull a revolver ocelot. You can't be a quadruple agent.
you're right.
No matter what situation I find myself in, my core way of thinking will never change. In order to create absolute hope that shines brightly, stepladders such as myself and despair exist.
You know what? Every time Nagito calls himself a stepladder. Just, that's him. That's him now.
Woohoo, you're right. You're a true believer of hope after all. I I must say that belief reminds me of that person for some reason. You know, that person. Makoto Naegi. I'm not allowed to say his name right now.
Huh?
Reminds you? I don't know who you're talking about, but if someone as worthless as me reminds you of some other person, they must be extremely unlucky.
Like...
But you're just as unlucky, right? I mean, the fact that you're even involved in something like this.
Well,
Am I? Actually, I think I'm really lucky.
Say what?
Very lucky.
Huh?
don't know.
Wouldn't you say that coming across this much despair is a rather rare opportunity? I can't rely on anyone on this island, that's why I have to be the one that does it. If I can eliminate despair from this island, I won't be a stepladder anymore. I'll become true hope. I'll become an existence that could even be called ultimate hope.
The two of you are alike. You definitely remind me of him.
Hey,
Him. You know, him. From the Powerpuff Girls.
Hey, there's one more thing I want to ask you.
Huh?
see?
Who are you waiting for on this island?
Huh?
Looks like I'm right again. You're definitely waiting for someone on this island. Is the person you're waiting for already on this island?
Hey,
Well, answer my question.
That's...
If that's the case, if that person is already on this island, wouldn't that be exciting?
Another person? Another person. So if the traitor is somebody that already exists, there's another person who's what? Good for Monokuma, so bad for us? Why does Monokuma need someone else? Oh no, don't do that right now. Okay. Thought the game was just gonna leave me on a cliffhanger. Or is it? Oh, it is. 5 days left. Until what? The end of the world? The Monokuma bomb explodes? Ultimate despair comes to town? Christmas? I didn't even do any shopping. Oh. And 7 left. Danganronpa. I don't. Where's it gonna go from here? Oh look, we got Gundam's Hellhound earring. Would I like to save? Yes, I would. Well, but... No. I gotta call it here for Danganronpa. I didn't want to suspect Gundam, but... him and Fuyuhiko were the only ones without real alibis. It had to be one or the other. I'm happy that it's not Fuyuhiko, but... But, you know, I can't be sad. Because Gundam was right. He helped instill that determination and hope in all of us. That we should just live for ourselves. And not let Monokuma get to us. And while the medium in which he portrayed that message is not ideal, he had a point. So, I will carry on his legacy. I will. I really will. I'll make sure that life from now on... Well, I'll make sure that no more murders happen, but I'll take an active part on this from now on. I'll try. I don't know if Hajime will. Sounds like that's where the story is going, though. But it's crazy. Crazy. That was crazy. You gotta sleep. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks everybody for watching. You have a lot of respect for Gundam now, too. Absolutely. This is better. I'll say this outcome is better than a lot of the other murders where you just come out feeling like you got robbed of something. Like when Celestia murdered those two guys, and it's like, you just killed because you wanted to live in a castle? No, you should die. I want you to die. This is terrible. We've lost like 3 people. But this, I don't know what to believe. Like Mikan, you've become a different person, and now we're just surrounded by more mystery that you've turned into that. This, it's bittersweet. So I'm hoping that the rest of the crew who are still alive share the same feeling, because that's where that's where the writers, like, that's what we feel. That's what it makes us feel as people. It's a strong message. But in any case, thank you all for watching Danganronpa. I'm calling it here for Danganronpa tonight. I'll be picking this game up again probably tomorrow. Probably. If you're here just for this, have a good night. I'll let you sleep. But I will be switching to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate because I haven't played for like 3 days and I really want to. So let's end on a happier note. Do it. So, as always, if you haven't already, you can follow me on Twitch to catch my streams. Social media, Twitter, YouTube, all that stuff for the alternative methods of finding out what I do. But, yeah. I'll be right back. Everyone else, have a good night.